So, for the past, really sort of year, probably even more than that, Andrew Wakefield has been doing what he's being called his science comeback tour. Now, to me, if you were doing a science comeback tour, you wouldn't be going to anti-vax events or things like that. You would be in a lab doing experiments and proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that your theory works. Now, I can go into all day why Andrew Wakefield should never ever be trusted, let alone even be considered a viable source of information, considering how, the things that he's done. But again, people believe that this man is some sort of Messiah God walking on water that can be proven to do no wrong, even though there is a large, and I mean large, body of evidence. This is like, going to sit in a box room and there is a massive elephant just in the room, and no matter what happens, everyone who comes into the room talks about this elephant that's there, and you are denying that this elephant is even there, that it's just a figment of imagination, or that, oh no, contextually, the elephant's just smaller than the room. The level of defence that some people put into this guy's defence when he is not trustworthy. He is not a valid source of information in any way, shape or form. And yet people trust him and take his word. And he is made out like a bandit from doing this. Okay? He is, he's made millions, endorsing, vaccine products, all sorts of stuff. It's insane. And that's what it's always been about. He is an absolute fraud and a liar. And I have to ask this question to anyone who supports Andrew Wakefield. So this is my question to you. There is an absolute ton of evidence to prove everything about Andrew Wakefield, what I've said. I've done videos about this before, so go and look up those. Or go and look up, the Brian Deere investigation. Go and look up Brian Deere's entire, library of articles he has written, spanning way back, from the start of the crisis right up until about 2014 in this case. Or look at Concordance's video, where he shows that, Andrew Wakefield did in fact fake his study. My question to you is this. Even after seeing all that, why on earth do you still trust Andrew Wakefield? And I know some of you are going to be like, oh, well, because he's spouting knowledge that I know. Well, I'm sorry, but that's not the case. It has been thoroughly disproven by this point that there is no link between, MMR and autism. Okay? Book closed, discussion ended. It should have ended years ago, but it's still being talked about. And parents still put their children's lives at danger. And I've said, I made this a video a couple of years ago, well no, last year in fact, that, the first lot of children to be exposed to this crisis are now at the age where they can go and get vaccinated. They don't need their parents' permission. So I've always said, if you are one of those children and you find this out that you weren't vaccinated, go and get vaccinated. Because even though, you've managed to, go without these childhood diseases, there is still a danger that for the rest of your life you could be exposed and you could get these diseases. And the older you are, the more complicated these things become. This is why, some adults that never had chickenpox when they were young, when they get it when they're older, it's serious for them. You know, there have been cases where older adults have gotten chickenpox and have died from it. So, again, don't take the risk. Go get yourself vaccinated. So, I'm going to do more videos covering a lot of the evidence against Andrew Wakefield, because it's just absolutely flabbergasting. Like, the information that's out there and readily available and is literally written in black and white, and yet I had a conversation with a guy, and when I said, hey, look, this is what he did in his own words, and he's like, just completely ignoring it, and, you know, starts basically attacking me for any which way he can, bar accepting, you know, the evidence that I've shown him, and, you know, trying to weasel out from it. And it's unbelievable the lengths that these people have gone to try and defend a fraud. You know, this would be like someone, you know, say like someone committed fraud on you and took all your money, but then when the police come to arrest them, instead of saying, yeah, this is the guy, he's the one who conned me out of all this money, can I have it back? You're like, oh, this guy's brilliant, he's awesome, it's, you know, I gave it to him, he didn't con me. It's just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable.